Hoopball podcast listeners. Are you a fantasy expert and want to write or podcast for Hoopball? Do you have aspirations of covering a team? Are you a master of sales and want to earn some cash on the phones? Well, we've got good news. Hoopball's recruiting. If you think you have what it takes, hit us up at Hoopball Fantasy on Twitter or by emailing teamhoopball at hoop-ball.com. Again, that's at Hoopball Fantasy on Twitter or emailing teamhoopball at hoop-ball.com.
The following is a Hoopball presentation.
Hoopballers, welcome back to another episode of Today in Sports Betting. Yes, it is around lunchtime on Tuesday. I'm your host, Ira Silver, joined alongside with Devin Ellington. Devin, we got a little bit of an interesting slate here today to talk about. We got a lot of hockey back. I've been on fire on hockey. MLB, which I'm going to defer to you because I'm ice cold out there. And we got a little basketball to talk about. But before we jump into that, I just want to say our podcast is brought to you by Manscaped.com. They got the best in men's below-the-belt grooming. They have redesigned the electric trimmer to just release the new and improved Lawnmower 3.0. They have water-resistant technology, which allows you to groom in the shower. Go to Manscaped.com, type in the promo code HOOPBALL20. That's HOOPBALL20. Get 20% off and free shipping. Once again, Manscaped.com, 20% off free shipping to look good for the ladies. Let's jump right in to a little NHL here, Devin, because it seems like that's the only thing I can win at the moment. Let's talk about the Columbus Blue Jackets, Tampa Bay Lightning, rematch of last year's first round playoffs. Columbus, last year I did bet on Columbus to win that series. They did beat the Lightning in that series. And you got interesting lines here. You got the Lightning at minus 180 to win tonight's game. Columbus plus 150, over under 5.5. Shaded to the under, minus 140. Over is plus money at plus 120. Devin, I know you're used to me being a little bit louder here, but I am recording from my office today, so I have to keep it a little subdued. But I did want to be on the podcast, give some little hockey advice. Didn't want the listeners to go without my picks here or my thoughts on the hockey, since we've been pretty good. And since we're going to be talking hockey, might as well talk about baseball and basketball at the same time. I know you were telling me you were interested in maybe looking at the Blue Jackets here at plus 150, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I love this Columbus Blue Jackets team, but with Stamkos back in the lineup for Tampa Bay, getting ready, they want some revenge. They got a revenge narrative from last year. They want to get back. They need to. They smell the blood in the water, and they're going to be really dialed in tonight. I think Tampa Bay would probably be the play for me. I hate laying minus 180, especially with a competitive Columbus team. But I am looking at the over 5.5 here at plus money, plus 120. These teams have played before several times. A lot of their matches have gone over that 5.5 total. So I'm looking to back the 5.5, over 5.5 tonight at plus money. Any thoughts here for you?
That was the thing that stuck out to me the most last night when these lines came out, is seeing that plus money on the over. I thought that this matchup, if memory served me right, featured a lot of goals. Columbus started allowing a bunch of goals the last couple games of their play-in series. So, yeah, this is definitely a good spot to get that value. I think, like you said, laying that too much juice with Tampa Bay is just not something I want to do. And then, just the plus 150 might just be a throwaway bet, because I think both you and I are on the side of Tampa Bay winning. But, yeah, definitely rooting for some goals is never boring.
Yeah, you know me. I like to root for the overs here in hockey. So I'm going to go over 5.5 plus money. And I might take a stab with the Lightning at minus 1.5 plus 160. I think that they're just going to come out on fire. I believe this game's probably going to be like 4-2, 5-2, something like that. So Give me the over. Give me maybe Tampa Bay. Sprinkle that on there. Plus 160, minus 1.5 goals. Second game on the board we have here. Calgary Flames, Dallas Stars, minus 10 to both sides. Interesting line movement here.
Yeah.
You would think the Dallas Stars would be much heavier favored in this spot. Calgary has been playing well for sure, but I'm going to have to take the Dallas Stars here at minus 110. They haven't been playing too great since the restart, but I think they get it going here tonight against the Flames.
Yeah, I think that they roll a defensive unit out that, counters the attack of the Flames very well. And specifically, with Radulov, on the left side playing wing, that guy's a very physical hitter and has great puck control to get to his other teammates. So I look at, one thing I see Ben Bishop's got an undisclosed questionable tag. With that being said, the Dallas Stars, they have a couple of capable goal menders, but, Ben Bishop, obviously, we've touted him as probably the best in the league. That's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and even if Ben Bishop doesn't go, I'm not too low on Khudobin. I do like Khudobin.
Yeah.
He can give up goals at times for sure, but going up against the projected goalie in Calgary, Cam Talbot, not someone I want to back here with the Flames against this Dallas team that can really get after it and score some goals. Yeah. So I'm going to have to go ahead and say Dallas here minus 110. I'm not sure why the line is the line, but maybe we're wrong. Maybe we're looking to back the wrong team here, but give me the Dallas Stars minus 110. Next game on the board, we got the Carolina Hurricanes, Boston Bruins. Boston is a minus 140 favorite against this Carolina Hurricanes team. Plus 120 for the Hurricanes, over under 5.5, plus 115 to the over, minus 135 to the under. I'm sure you're going to be having Mrazek versus Tuukka Rask in goal here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and have to back the Carolina Hurricanes. I haven't really liked what I've seen from the Boston Bruins since the restart in their round robin. Now, listen, they might get dialed in tonight and they might play better and they might come away with the win. But I'm not looking to back them here at minus 140 with the eye test and kind of how they've been playing. Been playing very sloppy, not together, kind of disjointed, if you will. Any thoughts for you on this one?
Yeah, I just had a question. We see another over under 5.5 with the plus money to the over. Last time that we had a couple of these plus money over bets, it went well. What do you think of the over in this one?
Tough one here. You're going to have two very capable goaltenders in Mrazek and Tuukka Rask.
Yeah.
I think that the over 5.5 could hit for sure. But at the same time, with these two goaltenders, Tuukka Rask is a very, very good goalie. If not one of the best, if not top tier, probably top 5 in the league for sure. And Mrazek is very capable at times, especially when he gets in the zone and he's dialed in. So I don't expect this to be a high scoring affair, maybe like a 3-2, 4-1 game. So that 5.5 number, you could take a shot at the over plus money, but I'm probably going to stay away from the total in this one. And I'm looking to back the Carolina Hurricanes here plus money just because I'm not too happy with the way Boston's been playing. So I think it's an opportunity here to jump on the dog. And listen, do I think the Boston Bruins are going to win the series? Probably. But I think there's a good opportunity here for them for the Hurricanes to take game 1. Last game of the night here, and it's going to be a barn burner. It's going to be a lot of excitement, and I can't wait for this one. It's the Chicago Blackhawks taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. The Knights are a $2 favorite against the Blackhawks, over under 6.5, shaded to the under at minus 120, even money at over 6.5. High total expected, obviously very expected here with these two very offensively capable teams. They both love to score a lot of goals here, but you do have Robin Lehner in goal for the Knights tonight, and you're going to have Corey Crawford, who's very capable of getting on a little heater if I'm looking to back any side here, I might take a shot with the Blackhawks at plus 170, only because it's just I think that the Knights are obviously substantially better. I have future tickets on both of these teams to win the cup, but at minus $2, I'm not looking to back the Knights here. I think it's just too much juice here for me. If I was going to do anything with the Knights, it would be the goal line, minus 1.5, plus 130. But I might take a stab here with the Blackhawks on maybe a little pizza parlay. Am I looking to really back this game as a straight bet? Probably not, depending on how my night goes. But yeah, anything here with plus money, either to either side, is probably the play. I just kind of haven't made up my mind which way I want to go. But I think the Blackhawks can get it done here. It's going to be a tough task against this Golden Knights team, and it's going to be a tough task against Robin Lehner, who's, in my opinion, again, top 5 goalie in the league for sure.
Well, and then you see between the lines and the units with the Blackhawks, with Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane and, a couple of the younger guys, the kid that broke the record in their first playoff game for most points by a rookie. You just kind of see this cohesion going on between the older veterans and the young guys, and they're skating well and they're handling the puck well. And, they took care of business against Edmonton. So, they are capable of going up against a high-powered offense and hanging right there with them. So that plus 170 is pretty enticing.
Yeah, maybe throw a half a unit on there, quarter of a unit, just to have a little fun. But yeah, probably just gonna really just sit back and watch this game.
Yeah.
And if anything changes, I'll obviously post that on my Twitter today. Ira Silver Magic, obviously. Devin's a DALE007. Follow us for all our picks, our plays. Devin, you have anything else to add with the NHL starting their playoff run here?
I'm just excited to watch it. Nothing furthermore, though.
Devin, why don't you introduce the first basketball game on the slate today?
So starting in about 30 minutes, we have the Brooklyn Nets and the Orlando Magic tipping things off. So, Orlando's locked into the 8th seed, and Brooklyn somehow got all the way up to the 7th seed. That's locked in. So this game really means nothing. We don't have to spend time on it if you don't want to, because I don't really have a true opinion on
this
game.
is just a pass game for me. So nothing really here to talk about.
Awesome.
Next game on the board, we got the Rockets against the Spurs. Spurs are 5-point favorite, over under whopping 238.5. Westbrook will play tonight. He will rest tomorrow. I don't believe that Harden will be playing tonight.
Correct.
They're going to be without some of their key guys here. I'm not sure if Eric Gordon's playing for the Rockets.
He's ruled out.
Yeah, so you got to figure the San Antonio Spurs need a win here tonight. But at minus 5, I'm not sure if that's really something I'd be looking for. I'd be looking for maybe if the Rockets took an early lead to bet the Spurs on the comeback, live betting, maybe +2, +3, maybe just pick them. Maybe some plus money. So, yeah, not really looking to bet this game pre-flop whatsoever. Any thoughts here for you?
I'm just kind of looking over the market right now. 58% of the bet percentage is on the Spurs, but then a whopping 85% of the money. So a lot of people backing the Spurs. This line opened at a total of 232. And as you said, it's already up to 238.5. So lots of steam that way. Probably too much for me to follow and go ahead and jump on the over right now. So I'm not seeing too much value on this game as of right now. I think the Spurs obviously have a lot more to play for. So I think they'll come out and you'll get more effort from them, as well as Eric Gordon and Russell Westbrook. Daniel House, he's questionable today for the Rockets. So, they're down even more. Or I'm sorry, James Harden. I said Westbrook. No true opinion. Let's see what the Spurs do to try to get into the 8th seed. That's about the most exciting story point on this is the Spurs are playing for a playoff spot.
Yep. Next game on the board, we got this Phoenix Suns against the 76ers. Devin, what's the line you have?
So I see minus 9.5 for Phoenix right now. Over 226.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. Just wanted to confirm that one with you. Again, 9.5 seems like a big, juicy number here for the Spurs. I mean, for the Suns, but I'm not looking to really take this game here with the Phoenix Suns at 9.5. 9.5 just seems like a really, really big number. As we saw yesterday, plenty of in-game opportunities to go ahead and back the Suns when they were down yesterday. And that's kind of how I'm going to roll with this game. I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to sit back, relax, watch this Suns 76ers game, and maybe take a live bet.
Yeah, it seems like every time I see one of these teams that we think shouldn't have this many points, case in point yesterday, the Thunder, I jumped on them at 5.5, involving this Phoenix team. And again, from the regular season before the bubble, I couldn't figure the Phoenix team out betting on them, and I should have just stuck with that formula because I've tried a couple times in the bubble, and I think I'm 0-2 with games involving the Suns. So back to the lesson I learned previously this season and staying away from Phoenix games.
All right. Celtics Grizzlies on the board. I'm seeing the Celtics as a 3-point favorite. Are you seeing anything different on your end?
I am not.
Okay. I'm having a little technical difficulties here with my Wi-Fi, but
Sure.
what's the total on this game?
I've got 226. It opened at 224.5. So
I'd lean over here.
That's what I was thinking as well. Chase that minimal steam, kind of like what we talked about, figuring out what steam to go after. A lot of money coming in on Memphis.
Yeah, not only that, Devin, you got 56-ish% of these games in the bubble going over.
Mm-hmm.
And with these two teams, they like to kind of run and gun a little bit more than their usual selves.
Right.
So 226, probably play the over here in this one. Yeah, but next game on the board, we got the Trailblazers against the Dallas Mavericks. I see Portland laying 2.5 points.
Yep.
I'm going to take the Blazers here. Blazers still playing for something?
Yeah, they're right there with the Spurs. So it's Portland, San Antonio, and Phoenix, as well as Memphis, that are all right there for that last Western Conference spot. So Portland's trying to lock it in. A win today would definitely help. But I mean, yeah, lots of playoff implications today, actually.
Devin, I know you're going to be looking a lot at these matchups on Overlay today. There's going to be some interesting ones in basketball for sure. Going to be a little bit of value here in some players, in my opinion. So, yeah, go check out overlaydfs.com or Overlay Fantasy Sports in the App Store. Great game. All you got to do is choose who's going to have more fantasy points. So, for instance, it would be maybe Russell Westbrook against DeMar DeRozan, and so on and so forth. If you're right, you get a win. You're wrong, you get a loss. All you got to do is finish in the top 10% of the records, win 9 times your buy-in in the progressive game. Right now, we're running the best record wins game. So all you got to do is worry about yourself and cash some big money. Progressives will be back to start the playoffs here in the NBA. Got some MLB matchups today on the board. Progressive for that is around $4,000 if you go perfect 12-0 in your selection. So go check that out, overlaydfs.com or Overlay Fantasy Sports in the App Store. Devin loves it. Everyone loves it. You guys should go check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, come jump in these lobbies with me. It's very interesting.
Devin's playing every day. He loves it. So you should definitely go try to tackle him. Devin, what's your screen name on there?
I'm just DALE007.
There you go.
Just easy trying to keep it kosher. Yeah.
Easy to find. Go play. Go see if you can beat Devin out of some money tonight.
Yeah.
Next game on the board, we got the Pelicans against the Kings. Kings look like they're laying 2.5. Both these teams been eliminated from playoff contention, and Sacramento's laying 2.5 points here. Pelicans and the Kings will be without a lot of their players, so it's hard to really make heads or tails out of this one. It's probably just going to be like pick up ball at LA Fitness.
Yeah.
Might as well throw me in the mix. Maybe I can jack up some threes here. But
exactly.
This is a pass game for me. No way I can handicap this one.
And again, nothing that either team's playing for. Some of the players for both teams have already left the bubble. It's just everyone's winding down. So nothing here to see.
Kind of the same thing here with the next game. The Bucks against the Wizards. Bucks winning about 8.5 here against the Wizards. Again, it's probably just going to be a silly game and not really. There's so many games on the board today with the MLB, NHL, NBA that, you just got to kind of figure which ones you just don't even want to get yourself involved with. So this is not a game that I'm looking to get myself involved with.
Same.
All right, Devin, we got the MLB slate. Let's run through a few games. Give me a few games you want to talk about, because
Sure.
I've been ice cold with the baseball. I don't really want to steer any of the listeners in the wrong direction. So why don't you give us some stuff here?
Yeah, so just first looks when the lines came out last night, I noticed that the Atlanta Braves New York Yankees line looked a little fun. It started at 10 for the over under, dropped to 9.5 very shortly after. And I think that's probably because people realize that Toussaint, the pitcher that the Braves are rolling out, is actually really decent. And he had a heck of a start the last time he went out. The Yankees are throwing a lefty in Jordan Montgomery out there, who is 1-1 on the year and, has pretty decent control. So maybe he can stifle these Atlanta bats while Toussaint stifles the Yankees. Yankees are without Giancarlo Stanton. And, just some gut feeling here. I think we'll see. I like the under 10. And then I've also got some money on Atlanta, which this hasn't worked for you and I a couple of times the last couple times now, but I'm going to try Atlanta at plus 135 and see if I can't get a money line dog in one of the first games of the MLB slate. And then I'm looking at Chicago and Detroit. I had the under in their game last night, but I'm going to go over tonight, mainly because the White Sox are putting Gio Gonzalez out there. And, he's a lefty, and Detroit loves lefties. And he's taken his 7.71 ERA out there against a team that hits really well against lefties. And Gio Gonzalez he's washed up. He's 35, 36 years old now. So those are the first two that really stuck out to me when I was looking through my lines. I'll have more stuff obviously later in the day as these lines change and starters get locked in and lineups and whatnot are submitted. So
What's the line in the Oakland Athletics LA Angel game today?
that one is at 9, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 9.
What's
Open 9.
the
still
money
at 9.
line here?
So Oakland's plus 135 and LA, Los Angeles Angels are minus 155. You got Mike Fiers going for Oakland and Dylan Bundy, which I'm going to stop ragging on him because he's made me look like a fool the last 2 times.
Yeah, Dylan Bundy's got some.
Angels.
Dylan Bundy looks like he's got some nice stuff. But Fiers here, he's looking to bounce back, bring his ERA down. I'm gonna have to back the Oakland Athletics here at plus money. I think it's just too good a value.
Right. They opened at plus 110, so it's already up to 135. So if that is the side that you really like,
Laureano might not play. He might be suspended for their game tonight.
Yeah. And that's the last card or game on the card, being the West Coast game. Just trying to look at some other, between Seattle and Texas, we could have some runs scored. Right now it's 8.5, which is kind of low considering that you have Mike Minor, who's struggling with a 6.89 ERA. And then the Mariners are starting to score runs again. They scored 10 or 11 last night against this very same pitching staff. So I'm looking at maybe the over as the lean in the Mariners-Rangers game. And then I'll have a couple other plays out there today.
Yeah, so make sure you follow us on Twitter. Sorry again for the lack of volume from my side that you're used to. I'm just in my office, so just wanted to get this pod out to you guys. We had a little late start today with the recording, and I had a couple errands I had to run. So apologies for the lack of loudness that you're used to hearing from my voice. Devin, thank you so much. Once again, follow us on Twitter. I'm at Irish Silver Magic. Devin's at DALE007. We're at Hoopball Gaming. And once again, go manscaped.com, Hoopball20, get 20% off free shipping, and mybookie.ag. You bet, you win, they pay. It's as simple as that. Go sign up at mybookie.ag, get a $10 free MLB futures wager, and 100% match on your first deposit when you go sign up. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us once again, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Let's go win some let's go win some money on the ice tonight.
This has been a Hoop Ball presentation.